Hey guys, Logan Battles here, and welcome to Battle 5, a series where I break down my top 5 list on a particular topic, no matter what topic it is. For this late Battle 5 video, I'm going to be breaking down my list for my top 5 Game of Thrones moments so far. Sorry, I slipped up there. I didn't mean it. And I put so far because if you have watched any of my two previous videos, you would see that I talked about how I already watched the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, and that I'm currently on the 5th season, and I have to watch the 6th and the 7th ones after that. So, yeah, that's the reason why I put so far, because I haven't watched the entirety of Game of Thrones as of yet, before Season 8 arrives on April 14th, which is the day that Season 8 will start, and also the final season of Game of Thrones. Anyway, let's quit talking and let's get to number 5 on the list. Father and son. This is a Tyrion and Tywin Lannister moment, and why it's that Tyrion and Tywin Lannister moment, because there is a scene where Tyrion goes into a father and son confrontation with his father, Tywin Lannister. You know, the brutal tyrant and the cool badass villain that we all love to hate. There was a scene where Tyrion goes up against his father after he saw that this whore that Tyrion spent some little time with privately was used against Tyrion. And Tyrion was just frustrated and was all in anger and disgust and fury, and he all of a sudden shoots at his father, Tywin Lannister, with a crossbow-like weapon, and it was epic. I love it. It was a really great moment, and I just, every time I watch that scene, it gives me excitement. It gets me all pumped up, because I was like, yes, we finally get to see Tywin Lannister get hit for the first time in this freaking show. It's just that awesome. I love it. Number 4 on the list, a crown for a king. This is a moment where Daenerys Targaryen's brother, yes, you all know who he is. If you have actually watched, I believe, the first season of Game of Thrones. If you watch the first season, you will know how her brother is. I don't know his brother's name, but it doesn't matter, because Daenerys' brother was not a good brother by any stretch of the imagination. And this is the one scene where you see Drogo, played by Jason Momoa. I think that's his character's name, Drogo, using that hot molten gold or of some sorts, where he's like, a crown for a king, and then he pours it on Daenerys' brother, and he was all screamed in pain and then dies from it, and it's just, yes, I'm glad he's dead, because he deserves it after all the horrible things that he did to his sister, Daenerys, who later on in Game of Thrones started to become one of the best characters I have ever seen in this series, and one of my favorites as well, if not my absolute favorite, because Daenerys is a badass, and I love her. I honestly wish that she was real and that I would actually want to be her, wanting to be her, I guess you could say, servant or of some sorts, even though that's a different subject for another day. Number 3 on the list, the Purple Wedding. Y'all know, if you have actually watched that show, you know what I'm talking about when I mentioned the Purple Wedding. How that scene went down, seeing Tyrion Lannister handing a cup to his nephew, the horrible nephew, Joffrey Lannister, or Baratheon, I think, that he was later named, a last name. And then you see him drinking a cup and then few seconds later, he started to cough up, and then he starts getting more and more sick. And then all of a sudden dies from being poisoned. Okay? And you see the rest of the Lannisters, except for Jaime Lannister, looking at Tyrion Lannister as, the one person who was responsible for Joffrey's death. I mean, how that scene went down, I didn't expect that to happen. That was a shocking moment, yet satisfying, because I hated Joffrey. I hated him with a freaking passion, and I wanted him to die, as well as although I'm not the only one who feels that way. Everybody else did. And when he died, it was satisfying, yes, but at the same time, I didn't expect it to go down like that. I mean, I was expecting Joffrey to die at some point. I just didn't think that he would die like that. But still, it was really satisfying to watch. Number 2 on the list, Tyrion Lannister's Confession. You also know what I mean if you have watched Game of Thrones. Tyrion Lannister's Confession during a trial in which he was on trial for murdering Joffrey, like I mentioned, for poisoning him. And you see Tyrion trying to make a confession. At one point he said, "I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had." And then he goes on talking about how he wishes that he's the monster that many people in the House Lannister see him to be. Right? He wishes he's that guy to poison Joffrey and to kill Joffrey. When he did that, I just stand up and started clapping, and then raised my fist forward and backward repeatedly. That's how awesome this scene is, and I just couldn't get over how really good that scene was. It was one of the best scenes in the entire film, series. I mean, for me personally, it was a great scene, and Tyrion Lannister, like similar to what I said about Daenerys Targaryen, Tyrion Lannister is one of my top 3 favorite characters in the entire film. One of the top 3 best characters in the entire series for me personally. So yeah, that's my number 2. Number 1 on the list, Daenerys ends the Slave Masters. Do I really need to say it? Do I really need to talk about how this went down? This scene went down. You already know how it went down if you have actually watched it, because my God, this is the moment where I was like, Daenerys, you are the girl. You are the man. I mean, it was. I'm sorry, guys, but my mind is just all over the place on this right now. It was so epic and awesome that it's difficult to describe how epic it was. There are so many words to describe it. It's just that overwhelming. It just overwhelms me to the point where I could barely describe how epic this scene is. It might be the best scene in the entire TV show of Game of Thrones. It might be the best scene. I don't know. It might be. That's how elite Daenerys Targaryen is, and how lethal she is, and in a great way. And it also makes me love Daenerys Targaryen even more. I mean, to the point where she might be currently my favorite character in the entire series. Tyrion Lannister being my second currently as of right now. So yeah, that's just I'm sorry, guys, it's just too much. It was too much for me to talk about how awesome this moment is, this Game of Thrones moment. So yeah, those are my top 5 Game of Thrones moments so far, as far as watching the first 4 seasons go. It's just that insane. It's just that insane. So anyway, guys, like I said, those are my top 5 Game of Thrones moments so far. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and comment down below your top 5 Game of Thrones moments. If you enjoy what you've seen here and you want to see future videos from me, please press up there to subscribe and turn on a notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad, and as always, fight the good fight.